Welcome to Lance Riggen's Money Mindset, the show where wealth is built with strategy, freedom is created with intention, and legacy starts with the decisions you make today. Hosted by Lance Riggen, this podcast dives into real conversations about investing, entrepreneurship, real estate, mindset, and building a life on your terms. If you're ready to think bigger, move smarter, and take control of your financial future, then you're in the right place. This is Lance Riggen's Money Mindset. Let's get into it. Welcome back to the RV Park Blueprint. I'm going to make this kind of a series. So if you guys are looking to buy RV parks, if you're a broker or an agent, or or you're a bird dog, all are welcome. We're going to talk about what it takes to really increase the value of a park today, and kind of some of the things that we look for in a park, and with a good bird dog or a potential JV partner. So it's going to be a good night to learn. And I love giving back, and I love doing these Zooms. I don't know. I love it. I just love to give back. I love to help others out, and it's something I've been doing since I joined the community. Man, like I said, 4 years this October would be for us in Sub 2 and Gator, for those of you who are in our community. And it's just been a wild ride. I took massive action, and we made a lot of mistakes, but we bought a lot of real estate. Okay. And we learned along the way. Action is the best teacher for me, and for most people. So you can get in the Zooms, and you can be in every single Zoom that Pace does, and not do any deals, right? That's what a lot of people do, unfortunately. But at some point, you need to pull the trigger and get started, right? And start building that legacy. So, honey, where do you want to get started today?
Do you want to show them how to, real quick, as I finish this up,
Yeah.
how to fine-tune buy boxes?
Yeah, the buy box. Where's my buy box? Let me hang on, guys. Let me go find my buy box. Can you send it to me again, hun? I'm not tech savvy. Yes, please. So what we'll do is we'll go over Buybox. I'll talk to you about it first for a minute. I know it's in my email somewhere, but I'm not good at keeping stuff on my computer, and I copy and paste it and it disappears. And so one of the things, actually, let's talk about that, right? Let's talk about your strengths for a minute, right? Strengths, knowing your strengths, knowing if you're a visionary and integrator, knowing if you're a good underwriter, if you're good at sourcing deals, networking, marketing, right? You got to really know what you're good at if you want to really get into RV parks, right? I want you guys to really be engaged in this today. So I want to I want you guys to participate. So give me a 1 in the chat if you are here and you are ready to buy your first RV park, or if you're gearing up to buy your first RV park. Give me a 1 in the chat. 1 in the chat if you're ready to buy your first RV park. Yeah. Okay. All right. I love it. Yes. Buybox. Man, come on. Let's go. All right. Love it, guys. Give me a 2 in the chat if you're here to bird dog for a while, so you can learn the ins and outs and eventually get your own park, right? If you're a bird dog looking to bird dog for us and others, give me a 2 in the chat. Cool. Nice. Love it, guys. Is there any brokers in here? If you're a broker or an agent, a unicorn agent or a broker, give me a 3 in the chat if you're a unicorn agent or a broker in here. Any brokers? Nice. Brian. Sweet. Brokers can be really valuable, guys. All right, another 3. Yeah, I just plugged in with a broker recently out of Arizona. He goes, Lance, I don't know if you're looking at buying in Arizona. I said, well, it's Sunbelt states. He goes, yeah, but some people don't include Arizona. I said, why not? Absolutely. So I like to buy in the southern United States. And let me just pull up. So let me see. There's a lot of people looking to buy the first park. That's awesome. Look at Chris networking in here, ready to rock and roll, man. Look at that's pretty good. Any price, we'll talk about that a little bit, Chris. 10 cap, okay. Value add. Let's actually pull Chris's here up. I'm gonna pick on you a little bit, Chris, tonight, if you don't mind. So let me share my screen real quick. Let's see. Let's share the screen. Let's pull up Chris. Can you guys see my screen? Yeah, give me a thumbs up. Okay, cool. All right, here's Chris's RV park buy box. Not bad, right? Not bad. It looks like a Canva, kind of a Canva flyer here, which is what we all use. We all have used Canva and still do. Chris says location nationwide, really vague. 50 plus pads, that's good. Any price, that's very vague, and I would not leave that in there. It's fine, right? We're gonna teach you guys how to really dial this in. 10 cap, okay. 10 cap is good, but here's the problem with saying 10 cap. How many of you have analyzed the park? Raise your hand if you've analyzed a bunch of parks or a handful of parks. How often have you ever seen a legitimate cap rate when you get a pro forma? Anyone? Anyone ever see a real cap rate? No, they don't. They don't ever put a real cap rate. They're going to give you the cap rate that you can create with all your blood, sweat, and tears and money down the road. So I'm not a big fan of putting my cap rate in there just because of that. I've never seen someone actually give me a real cap rate. Value add preferred. Yeah, that's good. Creative financing preferred. Okay. Transient and long term. Yeah, good. Seasonal or year round. So see what I mean though here? How Chris is kind of, I hope you don't mind if I pick on you, Chris, but it's kind of all over the place. And this is very common from what I see. I want to just kind of use this as an example, not to be a jerk, Chris, but Chris is the only one that put his buy box in, right? So I'm going to give you kudos for that, brother. You had the freaking cojones to put your buy box in here, so good for you. There are some things I like about this and some things that need work. Let me just kind of show you what I mean by that. I hope that wasn't Chris leaving. Let's see. Oh, where are we at here? Oops, sorry.
No,
Oh
I'm
man,
still here.
okay, good. Where in the heck did we go? I gotta stop sharing because I lost everything here. Oh, there we go. We're back. Okay. All right, Chris. Nice job. You've got something going here. So I think those are the note takers falling off. Honey, we've got people waiting.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that was one of my original ones. I actually got to redial that in. I didn't realize I've kind of been
Hey, it's all
dialing
good,
it in,
bro.
like nothing in New York, nothing in California,
Yeah,
stuff like
see,
that.
so well,
Like,
that's why I'm saying like kudos to you because you have one, right? Most people don't. Most people don't even have a buy box. Can you guys still see this? Oh no, sorry, let me share this again. My bad. My bad, man. Okay, so let me show you what we've done here with our buy box. And, let me open this up. It's fun, it's cheery, it's bright, it's RV parks. We got a cute little squirrel here roasting a nut, right? But here's the cool thing. I can tell you exactly how to do this. What you want to do is get your buy box in your preferred areas, your criteria, your deal structure, your target markets, and then you can put it into Chat GPT and ask it to build a buy box flyer caricature, right? For you. And you can put a photo of yourself in there separately. It'll build something similar to this. You can change the colors, right? Think this, that, and the other. But here's our buy box. And I need to make some adjustments to my buy box. Even we've tightened it up a little bit. We've got a few target markets here. Yes, we're looking in the Sun Belt states, but I don't want to put 10 different states up here, right? I want to be really targeted. Tennessee, Texas are two of my favorites. We have a park in Tennessee, and we're on our way to close our another park right now in Tennessee. We have a deal in Missouri in our pipeline. Why do you think that is? Why do you think we found those deals? Boom, right? Marketing. Okay. If How many of you in here has seen my flyer in an RV park Facebook group or in Sub2 or on Facebook somewhere, right? You've seen it a lot, right? Why is that? Because I'm blasting it out there every week, every like few days even. I want people to see who I am. I want people to know that I'm serious, okay? So the next part here, you want your target markets. I would get really dialed in. A handful of markets, maybe. Sunbelt states is cool, right? You can say Northeast, right? Pacific Northwest. You can say, Montana, Wyoming, right? You want to have, in my opinion, maybe 3 or 4 really good states. That's just my opinion. You're welcome to do as much as you want, but the point here is to get as dialed in as you possibly can. So the deal structure. Sub2 or seller finance. Obviously, some brokers see that and they're like, "Oh, screw this guy," right? So you can put that, or you don't have to. It might because we can always negotiate those deals. But I want people to know right out the gate that I'm looking for creative finance. So honestly, you can just put creative finance up there, preferred, right? If you want to. I will actually look at cash deals, but I don't have to market everything I will do, right? I want them to know what my preferred methods are. Okay, does that make sense? We don't need to say, I don't want all this, I don't want all that. We do want to say, hey, this is really what I'm looking for. So, want to keep it clean and simple. Property criteria 50 plus pads. Will I go below 50? Yes. I'll go down to 40. But if I put 40 plus pads, what's going to happen? I'm going to get people sending me 35, 30, 32 pads. Will I go below 40? No, I won't. Why won't I go below 40? Because I know, because of my education, right, and learning about RV parks and my experience, that parks below 40 pads don't really have enough cash flow to support an on-site manager. Okay. That's why I don't like below 40 pads. Okay. Does that make sense? So I'm going to put 50 plus pads because I would like 50, 60, 70 pads, right? Our Tennessee park, I think, has 77 pads, 22 acres that are mostly built out, but it's got 38 acres on the property total. So we've got this cool hillside that we're going to build some tree houses in. There's already one there. There's like a ridge line that we can do some fun stuff. So it's going to be really fun. Underperforming and value add. So that would be a value add opportunity. I can grow this park. I like to see additional acreage. Um, that's big for me. That's a big, big one for me. Excuse me. But value add opportunity, what does that mean, right? Some people don't know, but most of you do. Value add means I can do utility bill backs, and it says it right there on the preferred. I can add vending machines. I can build a store out, right? If it's already got a clubhouse, something like that. We can rent carts. We can rent, if you have a pond like we do, we can rent paddle boards. We can rent bicycles, right? There's all kinds of things to do value add, but value add is also raising rents, right? Raising rents is a big value add. Maybe paving a road or putting in a dog park, right? Or a playground, right? There's all kinds of value add opportunities that you can do on these parks. Purchase price for us, $1.5 to $3 million, right? You want to get really dialed in on that because if you say, well, I'm open to any park, any price, you're going to get I had a guy send me a list or a gal send me a list the other day of like 20 different properties and we had from 10 million to like 60, 70, 80 million dollar assets. I'm like, whoa, I highly discourage you from going into a very large multi-million dollar asset. One, you're probably not going to be able to close it or fund it. And two, I mean, if you did get that far, then the real work starts. So I would encourage you to kind of, look at something that's just right at where you think you can handle it. You know what I mean? And you learn as you grow and learn, you can go up and get bigger stuff. Unless you have a partner, of course, like myself, right? I will do JV agreements. I will do some partnerships. That's going to have to be a really good deal. And I'm going to have to know what value you bring to the deal, right? So if you're bringing parts to Pace or other leaders of the community, other serious buyers, you don't want to just send them deals and say, hey, can I get a bunch of equity in this and get paid? You go, well, what's the value that you brought me a lead, right? Am I going to pay you a bunch of cash up front and put you in it for an equity stake just for bringing me a lead? No, absolutely, I'm not. No, I won't. You know what I mean? I want to see the value. I want to see that you're putting in work. You're communicating with me and the seller or the broker, right? You're setting up Zooms, right? If you're a bird dog in here, you're getting the information I need, the T12s, the P&Ls, okay? You're kind of acting as a liaison, right? That's how you bring real value to a buyer, okay? It's not just pulling leads off Crexy, okay? You go in, you call the broker, you learn about the park, you bring the information to the buyer, okay? So 100,000 NOI, that's something I want to actually bump up to probably 150, okay? 100,000 is really low, okay? Can it be done? Absolutely. We can do 100,000 NOI if it's a true NOI right out the gate, but we want to see, probably $150,000 NOI now. So that's something I'm going to change. Located near 100,000 population. Okay. Why is that important? Because if you're doing transient, or I'm sorry, workforce housing or long-term housing, especially, that is really, really an important stat. You want to be close to a bigger city, or at least it doesn't have to be a major metro area, but you want to be at least 100,000 population, right? if you're going to get good rentals, if you're going to increase the rents and the occupancy. A lot of parks we've been looking at, for example, 40, 50%, right? Occupancy. Okay. Well, I like those deals. Those are the deals I want, right? Because I know they're probably a tired landlord. They're in over their head. They probably aren't managing it very well at all. They just brought someone they knew in, or they just settled for whoever was there who was doing a horrible job. And the other big one is for marketing, right? If they're not marketing well, Facebook, um, what social media, signage, different things like that, right? What was the other thing I was going to say? And also having proper systems in place, right? Digital systems, SOPs, systems and processes, right? Things like that. So I'm not afraid if it's in a good location and if there's a lot of potential value and it doesn't need a ton of work, like if the septic's in good shape and things like that. So I want to see the growth rate is at least 0.7% or greater. That's what you see, that spelling error, grammatical error there. That's what chat does sometimes, and you can't really fix those. See that? I had someone call me out on that. For all you grammar Nazis out there, leave it alone. Okay. It's not that important. But growth rate 0.7% or greater. Okay. So 1%, 2%, 3% growth rate, right? Awesome sign. You do not want to buy an RV park or any asset for that matter in an area that has negative growth or below 0.7%. Okay. That is something I've learned through some very wise investors. I did it. My first deal was in a negative growth rate. Whoops. Right. Talk about a big mistake that cost me a lot of money. Let's see here. I've got a clear, phone number, and I've got my this is my old one here, but we actually went and got an RV park at Texas B&H. So if you guys are going to send me deals, don't use this one, please. Can you put it in the chat, please, hon? The RV RV park at texasbnh.com. We need to get rid of this flyer. I've actually corrected that already. But we started an email because we were getting so many deals and leads that they were getting buried. We were losing communication. So we decided to start an email just for this, right? At some point, we'll probably have some like a link that you can just submit deals in. We'll probably start working on that here real soon, or a landing page, like some kind of a website landing page. But for now, the email works. So preferred features, right? This is where you're going to say, hey, I would really like to have this. This isn't a must-have. This is a bonus feature here. Preferred features, okay? Utility bill back system either in place or potential to add. So I want to know if they have utility bill backs. Most people don't. But what that means, if you're not sure what that means, utility bill backs, I can bill back the long-term tenants and charge them for their utilities. A lot of parks don't do that. So there are ways that you can do that are fairly inexpensive without having to go have all the electrical rerouted and separated. There's these little, what are they called? There's these like little monitors that you can plug into the power source, and it'll actually tell you how much energy that particular RV is running. Pretty cool, right? Extra acreage, like I said earlier, I want to be able to expand or to build storage, or if they have storage on them, or RV parks, slips, right? Storage units, boat slips, things like that. Any additional potential for expansion is big for me. If I go get a park and it's just at like my 50 pad or 45 pad minimum and there's no room for expansion, I'm going to really weigh heavily on that, because that's a big preferred feature for me. Amenity or common area add potential, right? Yeah, so we're talking dog parks, we're talking playgrounds. Again, like I said earlier, those cool things, vending machines, a store, right? Things like that. Ice machines are really big in the South. Okay, it's funny. I before I moved to Texas, I never saw ice machines. Okay, I've never seen ice machines where you go fill up a bag of ice like on the side of the road. I was like, what the hell is this? And now I know why, right? It gets hot here, really hot. Okay. So you got ice bags you can fill up. Those are really cool. Those are big money makers. Things that a lot of people don't think about, like that you can make additional cash flow on, are washer and dryer hookups, right? And getting rid of the coin laundry and get the digital washer and dryers where you actually can swipe your card. Okay. What we're trying to create is, and I'm not a big fan of the cashless society, just being like transparent, but I want a cashless RV park because what happens when you run a business and there's cash involved? Does anyone know what happens? The cash ends up getting legs and walking away. People steal from you. Okay. I don't want to give my management or my groundskeeper or anyone else at the park that opportunity, right? Or to put them in a position to potentially, do something like that. So I don't want really any cash at my parks. Okay. Um, Zoning, the last thing here, and we'll go on to the slideshow that we created for you and really get into some nuts and bolts here. But this is really important, guys. This is so important. I can't emphasize this enough. Zoning or ability to allow box homes and ADUs, zoning is huge. Zoning is huge, especially if you want to work with guys like Duran Levy and developers, right? Because you have to know the zoning. You've got to know if it's permitted, if you can get permits to put storage units in, if you can get permits to put tiny homes in, if the zoning allows for ADUs and things like that. Really, really important if you have extra acreage to know what the zoning laws are in that area, okay? I can't emphasize that enough. I want to partner. I'm going to tweak that. I'm going to partner with Dorn Levy this year and build out a park. I've already talked to him about it. And it's something that I'm really excited to do, but not there yet. So let's see here. Okay, honey, where's that? The slideshow? I have all kinds of stuff here. This is not actually that much. Okay, let me get back to you here. Wait, there we are. Guys, are you getting some value today already? I hope you're getting some value out of this. The buy box is so, so important. I feel like people skip by the buy box. They just put a couple of things up there and go, I'll just look at everything and anything. Hey, Tammy, it's okay. You're late. Don't worry about it. We're just going over buy boxes here. Oh, thanks, hon. Oh, yes. Oh, my gosh. I have an assistant today. Thank you. I don't have to do it. That's awesome. All right. Oh, my wife's a rock star. How to increase NOI in underperforming parks. Okay. Now we're getting to the good stuff. All right, now it's time to get your credit cards out, everybody. Honey, you ready to get? No, I'm just kidding. Let's see. All right. How to increase NOI. I'm going to read that again. Pull the right levers. Watch equity appear. Guys, who's excited to learn how to increase the NOI on underperforming parks? You excited? Come on, you should be. Yeah, Chris, come on. Kathleen. Okay. Next. Okay. Okay. Let's see. Let me move this side chat a little bit. It's distracting. I'll get squirrel syndrome.
I got it.
All right. The levers. And honey, if you want to hop in at any time, let me know.
Call me in if you need me. I'm
Okay.
going to monitor the chat.
I don't want to get in trouble. No. Okay. The levers. Pull in this order. Fastest money first. Guys, our first RV park. Let me just kind of give you a little. Is this a good time to tell them about our first park? Okay. I want to make sure I'm inserting it in the right spot here. So our first park that we had was in Midland, Texas. Anyone here watch Landman? Any Billy Bob fans here, Landman? Okay. Our first park is in Midland, Texas. And it was a real dump. Okay. This guy sold it well. The seller sold it well. Buyers are liars and sellers are what? Worse. Okay. This seller, his photos were pretty good. It was like desert wasteland, but still clean. We had got this. We were like negotiating with this guy for months and months and months, literally months and months and months. And if you don't know that about me, my wife handles the acquisitions and I come in for the negotiating and the close, the knockout, pow, pow. Okay. We work really well together as a team that way. So we got this property, walked it. We got it under contract, or yeah, I think no, we walked it first, right? We were just about to get it on contract. I'd been negotiating all the terms we wanted with him, got him to agree to interest-only payments for 6 months. Wasn't great. Got him down from 10% down to market is a little below market. Commercial 7% interest only. Got him 100,000 off his purchase price. 100% seller finance. Got him down from 20% entry to I think it was below 10% entry. Was it something like that? It was a $1.4 million park, 43 pads. It was a mixed use. RV and mobile homes. Okay. But we went there and man, that place, I felt like I'd heard stories of Tijuana growing up in the LA area. I'd heard stories about how trashy Tijuana could be in certain areas. That's what I envisioned when I walk into this park. Dogs running around, couches, trash blowing across the place, right? I was like terrified, mortified. I look at my wife, I was like, there's no way in God's green earth we are buying this park. And she's like, oh, honey, but look, but it could be, which is funny because I'm usually the guy doing that. She was like, oh, but babe, we can do this and that. I'm just like, anyway, so I digress. So it was a great deal overall, right? Scary, terrified. We brought in a partner. I raised $225,000 from one capital partner on that deal, and we gave them 50% of the equity. Okay. That is an option for you. Okay. There are people, probably maybe even in this room, that have a big chunk of cash sitting waiting to invest in the right deal. Is it easy? No, it's not easy to find. Maybe two or three partners, right? There are teams and things like that, but we brought this partner in. All right, Jim. Yes, Jim, my man. Let's talk after this. Yeah. But seriously, we got into the park, finally got it closed, and we put an acquisition fee in for ourselves. Okay, guys. Can I get an amen on that? If you are buying an RV park or a large commercial asset, you are doing all the deal, negotiating the deal, closing the deal. You deserve an acquisition fee. Okay. Yes, Chad. Hallelujah. Okay. I am not kidding either. I'm being dead serious. I like to have fun and joke, but I am being dead serious. We put a $25,000 acquisition fee in on that first park, right? You think, hey, 25 grand, that's pretty good until I was working with Vina Jetty at the time. If any of you remember or know Vina Jetty over in Dallas, she's a multifamily queen, right? We were in her group in 2023, and I was all excited to go to this. I think it was the Aspire conference. I met her there in the lobby, and I was all excited to tell her about it. And she's like, Lance, great job. How much did you get for the acquisition fee? And I was like, 25K. What was the purchase price? Like, oh, 1.4. She's like, you didn't get enough. Good job, but you didn't get enough. You should get a 3% acquisition fee. I was like, she's all, but you know what you did that nobody else in this group has done? You did it. You put that acquisition fee in and you got it. Nobody else in my group has done it yet. I was like, what? So I was pretty stoked, right? So you got to do that, guys. I want to move on now. So that deal was great. Well, actually, let me finish the deal. Well, I'll finish the deal later. How about I finish the deal later? I'll leave you in suspense. But that deal ended up turning into a freaking amazing deal. So, um, raising rents to market rents. That's one of the first thing, right? The levers okay, I already read that. Sorry. Sellers almost always leave this on the table, even $50 a month per site, $25 a month times 80. That's $48,000 a year, guys, in the NOI that you're increasing immediately right out the gate. Do this first. It costs nothing. It costs you nothing. Okay. We did that right out the gate. It was a smaller park. It was a little more podunk, right, in the desert. So I think we started off at 25. Didn't we do 25 or did we do 50 right out the gate?
I'm in the comments, so what was the
Oh,
question?
did we do 25 or 50 right out the gate, increasing the sites?
Oh, we did 25 because
That's what
we
I
started
thought,
charging for
25.
septic.
Yeah. Yeah, so yeah, I'll tell you more about that park a little bit later. There was some fun stuff that we got. Fun, that's being sarcastic. It was not fun. There was some not fun stuff. So rubs, right? Sub-metering utilities, utility bill back, huge, huge thing, right? If the owner pays the utilities, that is a cost bleed with no cap. Bill tenants back, okay? Even recovering 50% of a $70,000 bill can put $35,000 straight back into your pocket, right? Into the NOI. You're increasing that NOI. And that's why if you got to know this stuff if you want to operate the park yourself. Excuse me, there's a lot of little things. Chad, we did have some people leave. We actually had people take their trailers, and I've been told nobody takes their mobile homes. We actually had like three people over the course of the year literally pay rather than paying another 25, 50 bucks, $25 a month in rent. They paid $5,000 to have their trailer pulled out of there. I was like, okay, bye. I could not believe it. So filling vacant lots. Yes, we cleaned up of some of the properties. We did put a little bit of money into the park, into some of the park-owned homes that were there. I prefer tenant-owned homes. I'm gonna do seller finance, seller carrybacks, or give them an option to make monthly payments, lease options, things like that, because I don't want to be responsible for the trailer, right, or the home, unless it's brand new. You can do that, brand new mobile homes, brand new things like that. But most of the experienced investors, they don't want to have to worry about fixing, leaky faucets and toilets. Okay. So every empty site is dead equity. A park at 60% occupancy, moving to 70 can add 40 to $80,000 in revenue with zero new infrastructure. That's interesting. Wait, what? Does that make sense?
Well, it just depends on where the park is at and how much your space
Oh,
rent
if we're
is.
talking about an RV park, yeah, I'm sorry. I got into mobile home parks. My bad. Email us your slides. Well, so we're gonna actually, anyone who registered for this, we're gonna send the recording out and the slideshow.
Okay, is
Okay.
it next page?
Yes, next page, please. I haven't found a plug-in device yet, actually, Chris. So we actually, and I'll get to that later about our park and why we haven't done that. Let's see. Thanks for getting in the chats, honey. See, more levers, why this matters. Okay. Add storage revenue. Okay. Boats, RVs, trailers, cheap to add, reoccurring income. If you have extra space and you don't have the funds or you need to build out in phases, right? Most of us do that, right? Experienced investors, they're going to go phase one, phase two, phase three. Phase one for me is increasing the occupancy, right? Phase one is also increasing rents if needed. Okay. Cleaning up, right? The systems and processes, getting really good marketing in place. That's phase one, always good management in place. Phase two will be building out, right? Different things, adding additional revenue, doing parks and things like that for me. And then maybe phase three, I don't know, right? It just depends on what it is. But storage is a good one. And we actually had like 3 additional acres on our first park. So we started having or offering for these trucks, big rigs, right, to park their trailers and people to park the trailers for like $100 a month, right, at the park. I think it was 75. 100 was a little high, but we ended up doing things like that. Infilled with park-owned units, tiny homes, cabins, glamping, same land, higher revenue. So that would be a phase two, right? For us is container homes, right? Tiny homes, box homes, things like that, that can be fixed assets to the property that you can refinance out with a 3x multiple, right? In 18 to 24 months. Does that sound good? If I go pay $50,000 for a tiny home and I can leverage it for 150,000, it's worth 150,000 when I go refinance it. Does that sound good? Let's get 75% of that out. Right? That's how you make good big bucks on these parks, guys. Cutting owner expenses, personal costs run through P&L, inflate expenses, clean it up, right? Okay. If you've been underwriting or looking at parks, anyone here been underwriting parks or analyzing parks? How many parks have you ran the numbers on and looked at their P&Ls and their T12s and it's been real clean, just all business? Anybody? Nobody? Nobody here? Yeah, it doesn't happen. Rare, rare. I have not seen one yet. Most of these park owners are mom and pop, small business owners, and they run all their personal expenses through there. So you got to sift through the P&Ls and you got to sift through the T12s to make sure everything's accurate that they're telling you. And what do you find when you're sifting through all that? Nothing's accurate that they told you, right? Most of the time. So guys, it's so important that you run through these numbers or bring in an underwriter, right? Partner up, JV, come alongside someone who knows what they're doing, like us, right? We do know what we're doing. We're buying 4 parks this year, just so you know, right? I mean, that could be an additional $12 million to add to our $6 million portfolio. Isn't that wild? Double the size, the value of our portfolio that we built in 3.5 years in 1 year. Is that wild? Okay. You guys can do it too. Okay. The math. Let's look at the math. Raise rents $50 for 80 sites. That's $48,000 a year. Recover 50% of the utilities for $35,000. Fill 10 vacant lots, 42,000. Add storage, 20 units, 14,400. You can literally increase the revenue by $139,400 annually, right? Just by doing a few simple things. So these numbers should make you feel a little less scared, right? When you're going into these parks. I think people go into these assets really not knowing what they're doing, and it can potentially, yeah, wipe you out, right? It's you got to have a high risk tolerance, and you really got to know how to mitigate the risk by really being conservative on your numbers. Okay, this park in Tennessee, we're getting to the finish line here in the next within I could take another month or two, but still, right? We're in the process, okay? The We're doing a Morby method on it, right? Stack method. So we're actually getting paid at the closing table about 100 grand, right? If all goes well, maybe even more. The cool thing is we brought it to the underwriter for our partner, right? Who's going to be getting the deal funded, kind of sponsoring it for us. And they were just like, the underwriter was like, "Wow, you guys, this is really a home run." He was just complimenting the underwriting and everything looks great. You've got me everything I need. And he goes, I'm not used to this, right? So the more homework you do, the more due diligence you do on your end to bring it to that DSCR lender. If you're going to do something like we're doing a very creative Morby method deal, it's going to help them out. Your process is going to be moved quicker. You're going to get your terms a lot faster. There's not going to be a ton of emails back and forth. Okay. So really lock arms with someone who knows what they're doing. That's my advice. Let's see. All right. What does that say, honey? Come on. Why'd you give me a big
Ancillary
word?
revenue. So it's just extras, extra.
Ancillary? Okay. Anybody? I've never heard that term before. The extras that add up fast. Okay. Hey guys, I'm a high school dropout. YouTube University. Okay. I've got my education. See that book tower? I've read hundreds of books, in the last 25 years. Okay. The none of these require new land. All of them drop straight to the NOI. Yes, we'll get you guys this slideshow for sure. Let's see. Anyone want to get on a call with us too and partner with us, or if you want to put funds into a park, or you want to be a credit sponsor, anything like that, we're looking for more JV opportunities for some of these other parks. We've already got like 3 or 4 really good ones in the pipeline, so things are really moving now that we've underwritten hundreds of parks in the last 5-6 months. Now things are really moving because we've been very consistent. Okay. And very dialed in and focused for the last like 5 or 6 months. Now we're really getting things moving. We probably have some parks that some of you might be even interested in that we can probably assign to you. So propane sales, right? That is a big one. Propane sales is big. It's really not too expensive to set up, sell on site, high demand, captive audience, $8,000 to $15,000 a year. Okay. Golf carts. You guys follow Michelle Bassan, Michelle and Patrick. They're big on the golf cart rentals, right? I think I talked to Michelle. She said they were paying like $200 a month for a cart. And look at you're getting $40 to $75 per day on those carts. Is that a good ROI? Yeah, right. Popular at larger parks, of course. Pet fees, dog wash. Let's see, pet fees and dog wash, $5 to $10 a night. Oh, that's something I didn't even thought about. The pet fee, the dog wash is cool. Events, activity fees, bingo, movie nights, holiday events, right? This park we're buying, they've had some events for holidays. They do fireworks shows, they've had Easter egg hunts, right? They've had really cool, fun things to do for the kids. They'll have like fishing derbies, things like that. You can actually pay $5 for a day pass just to go fish at the pond, for example. Pretty cool things like that. With this park we're buying, we found all this extra money in their personal account because they were taking the cash from the store and the day passes. We found out. What? Oh, anyways, it added the NOI, added like 30, 40,000.
On it yet.
So, I'm sorry, but I hadn't said the name. It added like 30 to 40,000, I think $40,000 to the NOI. How cool is that? So it's okay. Anyways, bingo. Yeah, bingo. Movie night's okay. We actually looked at a park where this lady had a drive-in theater, right, in her park. And she was like, spent 120 grand on this thing, on this projector and this thing. I was like, whoa. And she was like 35-40% occupancy. Not a very probably smart move, but firewood, right? That's an easy one. Bait and tackle. I won't go into everything. Equipment rentals, that's a good one. Paddle boards, kayaks, bikes, fire pits. So like the little gas powered fire pits, I would assume. Um, Mail services, camp store. Okay, you get it, right? Premium Wi-Fi. Oh, that's interesting. Charge $5 to $10 a day for fast lane. Okay, that's good. I would actually pay that if I was on a workcation. Um, Day use shower passes, right? Yep, shower passes. Also laundry. Laundry is a big one. Okay, we can go to the next one.
That might be all of it. Yeah.
Is that it? Okay,
Yeah, so
ready to
getting close
put,
to
well,
eight.
we're gonna have a Q&A.
Yeah.
Ready to put this to work? Bring us a deal. Let's do it together. Come on. You find it, run a park through the 3-layer filter. I love it. Bring us what you know. Address, asking price, stated NOI. That's enough to start. Okay, we underwrite it. We normalize the NOI. Run both offer structures and give you a straight go or no go with the real numbers behind it. That's something that's big for me. I want to kind of touch on that for a minute. If you are getting bird dogs yourself, or if you're having people bring you leads, it's a good idea to communicate back with them. If you don't like it, that's great. Let them know that. That's why it's important to have a buy box just in your phone. You can just go, "Pah. Hey, thanks for this deal. It doesn't hit a few of these areas that are really important to me. Here's my buy box again, just in case you lost it." Okay. All the time, every single day I'm doing that because people send you junk. People send you things that don't fit your buy box all the time. That's why it's really important to get it dialed in. Oh, I missed that last part, honey. We split the upside.
Yeah.
That's the payday part. So I think it's important. It's okay. Some of you probably read it. I didn't get to that last one. Okay. We split the upside. Bird dog fee at minimum, okay? Minimum 25 to 5,000, 2,500 to $5,000. Yeah, Pace gives you 10 grand, but how many deals is Pace going to buy from you? How likely is it that you're going to fit all of Pace's criteria? Very unlikely. He wants to see at least $10,000 a month in pure net cash flow. That's going to be, those parks are a lot harder to find. Okay. We like to see 5,000. I'm good with $5,000 a month. Anyone here good with $5,000 a month net? Now it's 15,000. Thanks, Chris. Wow. Somebody I talked to earlier said 20. I said, oh, I thought he said 10. So he went up to 15. That's a lot. I'd be good with 5,000 a month in passive income. Okay, guys, who's good with 5,000 a month in passive? Yeah, me too. So and depending on how much value you bring, if you're a bird dog here, you can be cut into the deal. I'm not just going to offer equity. Okay, why would I do that? I'm doing all the work, right? I have to get the lenders. I have to structure the deal. I have to get the operator on board. I have to find the management. We have to operate the park. It's a lot of work. Okay. It's a lot of work, and I've heard Michelle say it and other people say it. We're good now, honey. Thank you. So if you're willing to put in the work, this is not passive income. It takes a while to get there. Okay. It's not passive out the gate. I do have a great operator that we've brought on, and we have several people wanting to come to host or manage our park on site. And we factor that in to the deal. Okay. Does that make sense? You think Pace is going to operate his parks? Hell no. You know what I mean? He's got a team. Okay. We're building a team. We've built a team. Okay. There's plenty of people in the community, outside the community, who are sick of working at their jobs and will gladly come and be a host and help you manage your park. Trust me. And the best way to find those people is to be marketing yourself on social media. That's why we're all here, right? Mostly marketing on social media. Let's see. I wanted to open up. Well, let me see. Let's open up for Q&A. And then I also want to make an announcement before you guys hop off here. We got about another 10, 15 minutes. We can hang out a little later for those of you who want to hang out a little bit later. I'm totally fine with it. Oh,
I
cool.
tried to keep the slides short. for
Anybody have
everybody.
any questions? Unmute yourself and hop up or raise your hand, whatever you want to do. I will not bring you up if you don't have your camera on, though. So just a forewarning. You don't get to come up and ask questions unless you're visible. Anybody?
Jim, Jim's up.
Jim? Jim, what's up, Jim? Yes, sir.
Well, like I said at the beginning, Lance, thanks for giving back to the community. I think it's amazing so many people in this community do what you're doing.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that, Jim. It's my
So yeah,
pleasure.
we decided, my wife and I decided we wanted to do RV parks this year. We committed to buying 3. Would love
Nice.
to partner with you for the first few to learn the ropes.
Yeah, man. Let's exchange contact information, brother. Where are you located?
We're in Southern California.
Oh, cool. I grew up in Southern California. I don't know if you knew that.
You mentioned that. Whereabouts?
Well, it's the armpit, Palmdale, Mojave
Palmdale.
Desert.
Okay.
Yeah, Antelope Valley. I actually was born in Granada Hills at the Granada Hills Hospital. My grandparents lived in the Santa Clarita Valley. I grew up going to Saga Speedway. I don't know if you're familiar at all with that area, but it was cool.
Very nice.
Yes, sir. Yeah, Jim, thank you so much, man. I appreciate that. I really do. It means a lot to me. It really does. You know, it's funny because people go, "Oh, well, he knows. They know how we feel. They know we appreciate him." But you know what? People really don't. People really don't know. How would I know? How would anyone know? Um, I'm going to take you in 1 second, Heather, but I gotta throw this out there because God just put it on my heart. So I'm going to put it out there to you. My grandma was on her, last days. What was it, last year? Huh? My grandma passed, I think.
No, it was
The year before? So a couple years ago, my grandma passed, and I just had this, tugging on my heart to go visit her, and I wanted to let her know how much she meant to me. And there's someone in the waiting room. Sorry. I think he fell out. So I wanted to let my grandma know how much she meant to me because I had been watching a podcast and they go, man, you know what? Your loved ones you really need to let them know what they mean to you. You think they know, but they don't know. They might know that you love them, of course, but how big of an impact have you had they had on your life? How much have they touched you and you know molded your life in the way who you are today? So I thought it would be really important. It was really important. I thought it'd be really neat to go visit my grandma, and she was freaking, man, she was getting old. She was like what, 90, no, 89 or something like that. So anyways, I go out to visit her, Pahrump, Nevada, BFE, right? Um, and I got to shoot some video and get a lot of pictures with her. And I told my grandma, I'm gonna try not to get emotional. Oh, too late. No. I told my grandma how much she meant to me and how much I loved her and how she was the prime example of unconditional love in my life. And she died, man, she passed away like a couple weeks later. Oof. But man, it was such a blessing to be able to go and share that special time with her. And she just was like caught off guard. She didn't know what to say. She didn't know how to act. And it really hit me hard that, man, I don't think any of my other family members have done this. Her own kids probably have never really told her how much she had meant to them. And so I want to encourage you to reach out to a family member that you love, and let them know exactly how they've impacted you. So I had to get that out, guys. Okay, Heather. Yes, Heather, how are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you for doing this. Thank you for
You're
sharing.
welcome.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
That's awesome. We all need to be reminded of that. So thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Is with all the underwriting you've done with all the hundreds of parks recently, is there anything that is a giveaway where you look at the numbers real quick and you're like, within 2 minutes, you're like, yeah, that's way overpriced. Is there a formula or anything like that? Because I've underwritten
Yeah, good
parks and I haven't
question.
really dialed down to figure out
Yeah.
what that what that secret is.
I'd say it's pretty much a given right now, right? I
Okay.
have not seen one that was priced right. I don't think I have. Well,
Well,
maybe one
yeah.
or two. We actually have seen a couple, but I'm
I
gonna
know they're
let my wife.
typically overpriced. Yeah.
Well, yeah, I'm going, if it's got the
Yeah.
count that I want. So for me, I'm gonna
Mhm.
let my wife speak on this, but for me,
Okay.
I am a quick napkin analyst guy, right? I'm not the numbers guy, right? I get lost in the numbers. I get bored with the numbers. I don't like
Mhm.
getting into the numbers as much. But so if I have my buy box really dialed in and I see that it meets a lot of the criteria, then it's going to pass me, right? And
Mhm.
then I'm going to move on to my underwriter. So if it
Mhm.
passes that sniff test, I call it the sniff test, then it goes on to my wife. She likes to get her hands on almost everything. She's got some software that she uses, but we also do have an underwriter on our team, but she likes to go through the numbers. So honey, can you speak on that a little bit better, please? A little bit more
Yeah.
in depth.
So I'm not big on cap rates. I heard Michelle Basson say that the other day in an old Zoom that I was watching, and it made me feel a lot better. But a 10 cap is essentially the cash on cash return. So if we just use some round numbers real quick, if there's $1 million park, the NOI after all the expenses should be around 100,000, give or take, right? Because for
Yep.
us, we're buying parks that are, between 8 and 10% cap, between 8 and 10%. We will go a
Mhm.
little bit higher, but you get into really rough parks that are, 11, 12, 13 cap. So for me, a quick glance, after I look at the photos, the photos are the first thing.
Right.
If I'm going to look at the price of the park versus the NOI. If there's a
Mhm.
huge delta, I'm probably going to pass on it without digging in. And that might be a little unfair, but I got a lot of parks coming in right now. So if
Mhm.
right out the
Right.
gate, it looks like
Mhm.
I'm going to have to spend a lot more time negotiating something, I'm passing on it.
Okay,
So
that
for
makes
me,
sense.
that's
Yeah.
kind of
Mhm.
what I would say would be just a quick math.
Mhm.
Because I'm doing, multiple parks a day, just napkin analysis, napkin analysis. So if it's, a park that, is priced at 3 million, but their NOI is, 120, 140,000, there's something,
Mhm.
something wrong there.
Yeah.
Something not right. Yeah. Okay. I appreciate that.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're
It's
very
what I was
welcome.
kind of learning, but I just wanted to make sure I was on the right track. Yeah.
Yeah, for
Thank you for
sure.
that.
Yeah,
Appreciate
if you
that.
need any help, let us know. We're happy
Okay.
to hop in and give you our eyes on it.
Okay. Thanks.
Okay. Yeah, you're welcome. Thank you so much, Heather. Let's see. Remove pin. Okay. Ben. Ben, what's up, buddy?
I'm
Yes,
good. I'm good.
sir.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, just like I wrote a little bit earlier, we've been 5 years a consulting firm in the RV park industry with over 17 years of experience of consulting in businesses.
Nice.
And we saw that after 5 years crossing from east to west, north and south, there's a lot of little glitches. And I liked what the different slides that you had. It's exactly what we do. We always try to find the little thing that will bring in a little income,
Yep.
but also keep, like for us, we always say to our customers, keep in mind what type of experience you want your customers to be able to live. And before they leave, try to validate when are their next reservation. So that increases your comebacks. And also, don't be shy to ask for reviews. And the other thing I was about to talk is just like for us, we are now looking to buy our first RV park.
Nice.
Uh, we are in Arkansas for the moment, and we got kind of played because,
Hmm.
like the lady just before, magic numbers doesn't appear. What the realtors send us
Mhm.
were not the numbers as we arrived over here,
Hmm.
and we start doing the due diligences, ask
Yep.
the real numbers, ask the accounting numbers, ask the the K2, and the different other tools that they had.
Yeah.
So they were way off. Instead of having a 30% occupancy year round, they're not even at the 18.
Ooh, wow. Dang.
Yes.
That's
So yeah,
too
but
much.
don't get me wrong, it's a
Yeah.
beautiful park, and like we
Yeah.
told the owner, if he wants our help as consultant to
Mhm.
rebuild or restructure the park because the park is only like 6 years old, it's a pretty new park,
Yeah.
but they never had or never managed parks in the past. So because it has potential like crazy, it's right next to a lake. It's a
Mhm.
beautiful place,
That's
but
wild.
they didn't had a good structured team. So
Horrible management, sounds like.
yes, so
Mhm.
now that is the for us the yeah. We won't say the
Yeah.
bad words, but because when we saw on papers, we said that's good. It's pretty low. The price is a little bit stiff, but with the 60 acres of land that we have to grow on the lake,
Yeah.
it was valuable to fight it. But
Yeah.
when at 18%, we said, no, sorry. Like,
Yeah, that's
we're
wild. That's
yeah,
too scary. That's too much risk, right? That's why I was talking
yes.
about risk tolerance. Well, not risk tolerance, but mitigated risk. 40%. Okay. Man, like you said, you were at 30, you go, okay, we've got
Yeah,
some revenue. You have to have some revenue coming in unless you can structure a deal with nothing down, no payments until
hmm,
you get stabilized. We've offered that before, and we almost got a deal in Missouri that way, but the
yeah,
guy just could not get over no payments for the first year. I go, man, I'm taking all the risk. There's nobody here,
yeah,
you know?
exactly.
So
And this is a little bit where we went with the guy. So we'll
yeah,
see what's up for this upcoming week. We're at this right there.
nice.
So we'll see
Cool.
for first. Our goal is to get 3 RV parks by the end of 27 and
Nice.
maybe reach 10 to 15 parks by 30.
I love it, man. By the end of
Yep.
26, you mean 3 parks.
No, third 27.
Okay, cool.
The
So
reason
one,
why is because we have friends that have RV parks already, and as a consulting firm, we still guide them
there you
from
go.
afar.
Hey, I love it, man.
So,
So you
like
got your
taking too
thing.
much at the same time, it's like, wait a minute, I need to
Okay.
breathe. We're in the
Yeah.
RV industry to have a good time.
Yeah. Love it, man.
So,
That's right.
all right.
All
Thank
right,
you
Ben.
very
Hey,
much.
thanks,
It's my
brother.
first time following you, and I saw
Awesome,
a
man.
lot of your posts. So I said, all right, I'm joining in, following
Awesome.
it.
Thank you. I love it. Well,
Thank
we're
you,
going to
guys.
continue this conversation next week, probably go more into the operations. You
Oh,
know.
yeah, I'll be there.
All right, brother. Thank you so much. I appreciate you.
Thank you. Thank you, guys.
You betcha. Anyone else? Kevin? All right, Kevin, come on up here. Come on down.
I'm here.
How you
Hey
doing, man?
Lance, how you doing?
Good to see you.
Doing good.
Oh, Kevin,
I
I
got
thought
to
you
meet
said
you.
you're talking
Oh,
about
sorry.
sorry.
me. Kevin, I'm sorry. Didn't mean
Sorry,
to.
Kathleen. I don't see your hand up. Yeah, go ahead, Kevin.
That's all right. I got to meet you briefly at Squad Up.
Yes,
It
that's
was a
right. I
good
didn't
time.
recognize you in the UPS.
Yeah, yeah. How
Commitment.
you deal with the park? What's that?
Committed. I love it, man.
How do you deal with the park? I've been working on one. I'm kind of letting him sit right now because he's adamant that he gets 50% down, but he has no numbers. Like he doesn't keep track. He's 75. He's looking to retire. He's kept no numbers. He doesn't even know how much he made. He just keeps telling me he makes a lot of money. Now the
Yeah.
park is 74 pads. It's in Alabama.
Ah, yeah.
He's got a house, a 3 bedroom, 2 bath house that he lives in, but once, obviously that'll be able to be rented out. He's got a duplex that rents out for $3,000 a month, both sides combined, and a guest house that rents out for 1,200.
Mm-hmm.
And his pads go for it's long term. It's $600 on average per pad.
Sure.
But
So he says.
he's only got 28 to 30. So he just raised it from 500 to 550. Now he raised it up to 600 and 650.
Okay. That's
But he's
not
only got
good.
28 pads
It's not
rented.
good for
Yeah.
you that he's already done that. That's not good, right? If he's already raising the rents. So that
Yeah.
takes additional income right there out the gate off of your plate. In my opinion. I personally don't want to see that they just did utility bill backs. They just cleaned up the road.
Mhm.
They just did all this stuff because now my value add is gone, right? Now
Right.
they're going to want top dollar. It's going to be harder to negotiate with them. In some cases.
He's at right now 1.5. He's kind of mad about it. He wants more, but he has no numbers to prove.
Well, that's it.
What he's doing.
So what happens there, Kevin, is your risk is a lot higher. You have to have numbers.
Right.
Without numbers, there's no deal. Buyers are liars and sellers are worse. You can't trust any seller. Don't ever trust a
Right.
seller. Ever. Okay. I wouldn't trust my own mom if she was selling me an RV park if I didn't have numbers. Literally. I
Right.
got to see the numbers. They have to come up with some kind of numbers. Say, look, I would love to make you an offer, but until I get some kind of, I need to see the trailing 12, right? Or I got to see some profit and loss. Have to. It's a must. Like you can't.
Yeah, I mean, he came up with but it's like anything cash he brings in, he just puts in his pocket. Doesn't even see the bank.
Yeah.
So it's his.
If he can prove that, if he can show you bank statements and prove it, then
No, he doesn't put it in the
then you
bank.
could talk.
Yeah, he doesn't put
Yeah, I would
any
move
cash
on.
in.
That's way too
Yeah,
much risk for me. I wouldn't trust it at all. Yeah. You can do what you want, but I would keep moving
right.
if I were you.
Yeah,
Yeah, I would just be really direct, and that's how you have to be. Look, if I don't get some kind of statements, I got to see P&Ls. I've got to see the money that you're saying that you're putting in your pocket. Where is it? I have to see some evidence or
right.
proof for that. And that's what we did on this park. They were
Yeah,
making cash, but they had showed us their bank statements so they could prove that they were putting the
right.
cash in the bank. See what I mean? But if you
Yeah,
get into this park, you find out, oh man, he, lied to you about the
yeah,
rents being raised. He lied to you about how much it was rents were, that people
right.
aren't paying rents on time. I mean, trust me, we've been through a lot of that. And it's not fun. And this guy, it sounds familiar, right? It's a cash cow. Okay. Anyone ever hear any sellers tell them, oh,
Yeah,
it's a cash cow. It's a cash cow. You're like, yeah. You get into it and you're like, wow, is this a cow? This is no, this is not a cash cow. Nobody pays on time. Some people don't
right.
want to pay. We've got horrible tenants leaving trash everywhere. Anyway, I could go on and on and on. But yeah, that's my advice to you. Take it for what you will, but that's a huge red flag. And
Yeah.
it's
I
okay
thought
if they
about
got their numbers mixed in, personal stuff. That's common. Like they're paying their
right,
insurance, their car payments, right? That's cool. You can sift through that. But you have to have something to sift through, you know.
right. I thought
It's way
about
too
just calling him
risky.
in a week or two and maybe like giving him a spreadsheet to and help him like set it up so he can start keeping track.
Yeah, I doubt it will do it, but
I
you
don't
can
know.
try.
Yeah, I was
I
just trying
personally,
to help
I
him
think it's a
out
waste.
because he needs his
Yeah, you
help.
can try and
You
help
know.
them. I wouldn't spend too much time on it. I'd keep moving. Keep them
All
on the
right,
back burner. Tell them what you need and keep moving. Okay.
all right.
Follow up with
I
them.
appreciate it.
Yeah, man. All right,
Thank
brother.
you.
Is that park in Alabama?
Yes, yes, in
It
Alabama.
Bama.
is. I and because I came across something in Alabama and the seller didn't want to provide financials. Like it was a nice park, but he didn't want to provide financials. I'm wondering if it's the same park.
Funny. Well, you guys can chat
And-
offline about it, and your camera's not on, Christina, so you're breaking the rules.
Oh, sorry.
I'm just playing. I'm just messing with you. But yeah, you guys should connect and
That's
talk about this
because
part.
I'm driving. Can you see me now? I'm
Maybe.
driving. Um, yeah, is it called Cypress Landing by any chance?
Oh,
It's not.
okay.
No.
Oh, it's not. Okay.
So I'm not surprised that there's parks in the South that don't have their stuff together. So, um, not surprised at all. Okay, guys. All right. I wanted to hop on here before we end and let you know that that I am actually putting a small group together. If anyone's interested in some actual coaching, right, hand holding,
Right.
we've got deals in the pipeline. We've got tons
Right.
of deals coming in. We want to work with you. I'm looking for maybe 8 or 9 people. I've already got 2. Okay, 8 or 9 people that want to join us and work with us and actually learn how to do this in an 8-week course, right? Hand holding, teaching you from start to finish how to find the deals, how to underwrite the deals, how to analyze, how to do the acquisitions, how to negotiate with sellers and agents, and how to close deals. Okay. And then the post close, the operations, the management. I'm looking for a small group of people who want to join this kind of mentorship program that I'm launching. So if that's you, if you're interested, let me know. Put something in the chat. Put your contact in the chat, and we will get on a Zoom call. I'll get on a Zoom call this Saturday with you. I'm going tomorrow to look for a car for my daughter. But if that's you, if anyone wants to get into a community where it's really focused, okay, like I said, small group of people, I'll get on a discovery kind of a call and see if it'd be a good fit to work together. If you guys are interested in that, please let me know and I'll get you on my calendar and we'll talk. Saturday, I'm going to keep my whole day Saturday open. And then Monday as well, I'll be take as many calls as I possibly can. I'd like to get this thing closed out by next week. So if that's you and you're willing to, if you're coachable, right, and you're committed and you are ready to rock and roll, it could be you, right? I'm dead serious when I'm telling you I'm going to be very selective on who I take into this small group, okay? Because I only want people who are actually going to do the work. And if you don't do the work, you're not going to get the results, okay? I can teach you till I'm blue in the face like Pace does, but if you don't put in the work, you're not going to get the results, okay? Does that make sense? But I would love to work with some of you. Dead serious. I am very confident that I can get you into your first deal, or we can do deals together. Okay. But anyways, other than that, I wanted to plug that in. Okay. So if you're interested, let me know and we'll get your contact information gathered up here. Anyone else? Kathleen, did anyone else have any questions? I'm willing to hang out for as long as you guys want. I don't mind. I'm not in any hurry. Kathleen, how's it going?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. What's going on? What's your question?
So I just quick question. I hadn't heard you guys. I know you've been really busy. I just haven't heard from you. I didn't know if you wanted to talk
Do
about
you have a
that.
question about this about
I'm
tonight's Zoom?
sorry.
Do you have a question about tonight's Zoom or?
Well, I just had a question about the what I was talking to Jesse about the
Yeah,
RV
well, we
park
could
and
talk
stuff.
about that offline. Okay. This is a questions for tonight's Zoom about
Okay.
operations.
Yeah, it's
Thank
a
you.
little bit more detailed,
Yeah, I
Kathleen.
didn't want to. Yeah, so we can do that offline. We're just really busy right now. So thank you so much. I appreciate it. Anyone else? Did anyone else have any questions about the Zoom or about RV parks? I love Kathleen. She's a local. She's been asking questions about a park, a development that she's interested in building out, and so we've been talking to her for a couple months about it. Just to give you a little preface on it, so just so you know, I'm not being a jerk. I'm not trying to be a jerk. I want to just stay focused on tonight. Anyone else have any questions, guys? Who here is ready to slay it and get some RV parks and build a legacy for their family? Anyone ready to build a legacy? Come on.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yes, Christina. Love it.
Love RV parks.
Yes.
I'm part of Pace's RV Ready Set Go investment club
cool.
through
Yeah.
Fractional. It's got 2 RV parks in that portfolio, one in Montana, one in
Nice.
Texas. Yeah. Can't wait. I think we're supposed to visit it. I think we're supposed to visit a Montana park in July. Like
Yeah.
a mastermind. I can't wait.
Oh, that's so cool. So was that a paid program?
It's through Fractional, like they were raising money.
Oh, really?
And we just had to join that investment club.
Yes.
So
Yeah, totally.
it's
Sweet.
exciting.
It's like a almost like a GPLP type of structure, right?
Yeah,
With
it's like an
fractional.
LP, we're a limited partner, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Very cool. Yeah, Chad, thank you, brother. Christina, cool. Where are you coming from? Are you in San Francisco or is that just the backup of
SoCal. I know that's
SoCal?
because I'm driving, it's usually a different background.
You're in
But
SoCal. Why do you have San Francisco there? We don't like San Francisco.
I don't, I don't see any other backgrounds. I need to put my own background.
Go
But it's supposed
Dodgers,
to be
okay? I'm a
California.
big Dodgers fan, so we don't like
Oh
the
yeah,
Giants.
I'm in LA County. Yeah,
Yeah,
supposed to be California.
I love it. No, it's funny. My friend JJ Zizi, and you probably know JJ down there.
Yeah.
He's such a big sports fan. I've never met someone like him. He'll wear like 6 different team hats and shirts. I'm like, what are you
Yeah.
doing, bro? He's like, oh, I don't care about that. I'm like, dude, I
I'm a
can't
Rams
do it.
fan.
Are you? Nice. I grew up,
Rams.
yeah, my dad and my grandpa was Dodgers, Rams, and Lakers. That was it.
Oh, nice.
Anyways, not to get too off
Where do you
topic,
live? Where
but
do you live right now?
I moved from Southern California to Oregon, from Oregon to East
Oh, Oregon.
Texas a few years
You're in
ago.
Texas now.
Yeah,
Cool.
I'm a Texan.
What part of Texas?
Tyler. So we're 2 hours east of Dallas. So pretty
Okay.
quick drive to Dallas. It's really pretty cool being that close to Dallas.
Cool.
We're in the
There's a lot of
triad, I
sub-2
guess.
A lot of sub-2 members there in Texas.
There are. I know all of them too. I know all the leaders here. There's a lot of cool ones. Houston, San Antonio, Austin, New Braunfels, right? And then Dallas. So
Yeah.
cool. Well, thanks, Christina. That's very cool. Congratulations. That's awesome. Anyone else? Anyone else have a question or anything tonight that they want to talk about? A deal that they're looking at? Let's see.
Sure. Can I ask what part of Oregon you're from?
Yeah, who is that? I'm trying to find you. Where is it?
Scott,
Do you see him? Oh, I'm trying to find you here. Where are you? Oh, Scott. Yeah, let me put a pin in you so I can see you. Hey, Scott. Yeah, so I lived in Eugene, Oregon for 25 years, most of my life.
Oh, but you're not there now.
No, raised my kids there. My daughter had my grandson there, and Yeah, it was awesome, but there's some things I was kind of getting sick of, and the weather was a big one of them, you know. And I'd been there for so long, and you know what? Let's get out of here. Let's start over somewhere. What about you, man? Are you out there? Are
So
you in Oregon?
I'm in Pendleton on the east side.
Oh yeah, love the whiskey. So I'm a
Been
big fan
here
of the
30
Pendleton.
years or so.
Cool,
Yeah,
man.
Whiskey Fest. So here's a
Yeah.
question for you.
Yes, sir.
What's your opinion of Sub 2? Has that worked for you?
Sub 2 has changed my life. Yeah, it has. So I tell people all the time, right? It depends on what your focus is, really. You're going to learn a lot in Sub 2. The community is priceless as far as I'm concerned. The price tag it's worth the price tag, you know. It just, to me, it depends on how focused and how, like I said earlier with my coaching that I'm doing, if you're focused, you're determined, you're coachable, right? You're resourceful, you're ready to rock and roll. It can change your life. But if you're just kind of comfortable in your life and just kind of cruising by, I don't know, maybe not, you know. I think it's really good when you're hungry. I burnt all my shifts. I left here and I had no income. So I had to perform, you know. So for me, it was amazing, right? It was an amazing thing for me. 100%. Yeah, sub 2 depends on you. Christina, that's good. That's really good. Yes, sir. So Scott, do you invest in real estate at all yet? Or
Um, I got several rentals. I've been in it for 35 years. They're all paid
nice.
for.
Very
I'm
cool.
an accounting manager for a tribe here, about
Okay.
ready to retire.
Nice.
But I'd like to buy an RV park,
Yeah,
something different.
love it, man. Well, that's amazing, man. You know, you can obviously, I'm probably not going to tell you anything you don't know, but you can leverage those properties, you know, for down
Yeah.
payment. I can show you how to get really creative though and not have to use much of your own money. That's what we do. You know, I bring in partners, cash partners, equity partners. Depending, it just all depends on what you want to do. If you say, "Hey, Lance, you know, I got a couple hundred grand, I can put down on a park. We can find a park for you that would be like really good." I actually want to get a park in Oregon on the coast. I love the Southern Oregon coast. I used to go salmon fishing in Winchester Bay all the time, you know. Um, I would love a park. I would go north though, Newport, Beach, Lincoln City, you know, love that area. But
Yeah. All right. Very good.
yeah, all right.
Thanks.
Well, reach out to me if you want to talk about our coaching platform as well, brother.
All right. Very good. Thank you.
Thanks, Scott. All right. Anyone else? Guys, you guys have been an amazing crowd. Thank you so much. I appreciate everybody in here. Let's see. Anyone need boots on the ground in North Carolina? Hey, Kevin, let's see. Kevin, I actually had someone asking about North and South Carolina. I might wanted to include that in our buy box. If you get parks over there, have you seen anything over there? Let me know. I might have
I'm working on a few right here in South Carolina and two in North Carolina that I'm trying to find the owners for.
Is that where you're at?
Yeah, I'm in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina.
Oh, Turtle Beach. That's the only way I could remember. We went there for our anniversary a couple years ago. And I kept going, man, what is the name of that place in South Carolina? My wife goes, Myrtle Beach. She probably 20 times. She got so pissed and so sick of me asking her. She goes, think Turtle. Turtle Beach. Think Turtle, honey. Think Turtle. And that's what did it. I was like, okay, Turtle, Myrtle Beach. So now it's always going to be a Turtle Beach for me.
Now we will always associate.
I'll always associate. I really had a blast out there, though. It was a lot of fun, man. We stayed on the beach. We got, it was actually just last year. We got our 20th anniversary photos on the beach.
Yeah.
It was so cool. It was a God thing. We walked down to the beach, and I'm thinking, I want to hire a professional photographer. We got these cool white outfits, right? The people do on the beach and stuff. And, you know, we just happened to walk down our first day, and it's beautiful out. June 11th, right, is our anniversary. Let me get that
Oh
right.
my God, that's my birthday.
Oh,
Oh, how cool. Love it, man. Yeah. So June 11th, right? We're on our anniversary trip, and I see this young family in their little outfits with their daughter coming back with a professional photographer. Our first morning out, and we wanted to catch the sunrises, you know. So we had never seen the sunrise before because we grew up on the West Coast,
Yeah.
right? The West
Right.
Coast, you
Yeah.
see the sun go down. The East Coast, the sun comes up.
The
So
ocean. On the
yeah, on the ocean.
clarify.
Well, that's what I mean. And so, this girl. So she's like, the sun comes, it rises and sets. No, so I find this lady and I'm like, hey, I'd love to get some photos. In the next few days. She goes, what are you doing tomorrow morning? I go, I'm meeting you here. So it was really cool. We got some really beautiful photos. That photo right there that she has of me, that's one of the photos with me in the white shirt. If you can see her still shot there. But it was an amazing experience, guys. Loved it. So Myrtle Beach will always have a warm spot in my heart because of that. We renewed our vows too on the beach. It was our 20th anniversary, and it almost didn't happen. So it was very special time for me. Anyways, it was really cool. Yeah. Anyone else? Guys, you guys are rocking it here. Rock and rolling. Look at you guys.
Hey,
You could be
Lance,
out. Yeah.
are you open to RV parks? Let's say if the seller's not open to seller finance or creative, would you still buy it or not really? Just creative.
No. I mean, if it was a low cash deal, yeah, but it's got to be a good deal. I mean, yeah, I'm not just going to walk in and get a bank loan. No. I will do a large down payment. Okay, stack
Yeah.
method. I'll do a large down payment if the seller is willing to subordinate, but I don't want you asking them that. I'll get into that conversation. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't want anyone here if they're bird dogging for me. I don't want you asking if they're open to seller finance, sub two, creative finance. Don't say any of that stuff. If you want a bird dog for us, reach out to me and I can kind of teach you. I've done some bird dog trainings, but you want to say that you're on the acquisitions team, right? For a buyer, you're an acquisition manager, or you're on the acquisitions team for a buyer. Okay, that's what you want to say. Don't say bird dog. Don't ask about creative finance. Yeah, you just got to approach them properly. Penny said it right. You can say the same thing in a different way, right? It's how you say it, right? It's how you approach them. I think a lot of people, it's getting harder to get information now, and people want POFs and people want to see that you have experience. They want to see credibility packs and all this because there's so many boneheads out there trying to find deals for people like me who don't know what they're doing. They're not paying attention to the training. They're not listening to Pace. They're not listening to me. They're not listening to other people training, and they're just going gangbusters out there and ruining it for a lot of people. So be mindful of what you're doing. It's not going to be like a bam, bam. It's a process. You're finding the pain point. Find the reason why they would do a creative finance deal with me. That's what I want you to do. Find the reason why they would do a creative structure, or that would let me take over their mortgage payments. Why would they do that? That's what I want you to do, right? Find out why they would do that. Find the bunnies. If you guys haven't seen the bunnies video and you're not in the sub 2 community here, go watch Pace Morby's bunnies video on YouTube right now after the Zoom, okay? It's really cool. You're basically finding the seller's pain, okay? But it's really simple. Don't overcomplicate it. That's the biggest problem I see people do all the time. Overthinking, overcomplicating. Oh my God, I got to know all this, the right things to say. No, you don't. You don't. I know the things to say. We'll get on a call together with the seller or with the agent, and you'll learn how to really talk to these people. That's what we like to do, okay? If you're going to bird dog with me, I want to teach you along the way. So that's what we do.
Yeah, I've spoken to several different brokers already.
Yeah.
I've spoken to several different brokers that started bird dogging already for RV parks.
Love it.
So I got a little bit of experience in it.
Cool.
But I haven't spoken to sellers directly yet. I want to start going through that off-market list that Base gave us.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Same. Yeah. I want direct to seller. Anyone here gets me direct to a seller, you're probably going to get paid more because I can get a better deal structured, most likely. I mean, I love you, agents. God bless you. No offense if you're an agent or a broker, but you get in the way a lot of the time. You get in the way and you block a good potential sale, and it drives me nuts. And not you, of course. You guys are open to creative and working with investors, but you know what I mean. Your colleagues and associates are those people, right? They could. I mean, it blows my mind how many brokers and agents aren't willing to even look at terms. It's really sad, you know.
Right.
I mean, I've talked to a park in Coos Bay, Oregon, right? That's been on the market for 3 years, and he wouldn't properly present our terms to his seller. I actually got into it with the guy because he insulted my wife, in a roundabout way. And I was like, look, dude, you're not doing your customer any service. You're basically blocking the sale here. I would fire you, And so I'll go around, guys. I'll go around you if you're going to be like that. I want to work with you, but if you're not going to respect the offer and present it in a proper way, like an actual offer, that's the problem. Like these guys, they get in and they're not representing you, your offer in a good way. They go, oh, yeah, I wouldn't take this offer. Oh, this guy, it's another one of these, creative guys trying to take your lunch, type of. So anyway, I know I get on a rant. I ranted a little bit there. That Kuzbe guy pissed me off. But
Yeah, I've
anyways,
gotten financials and OMs from brokers. I had one that was interested in seller finance. The one I was talking about in Alabama.
Yeah.
It's like a few of the buyers I've spoken to from Sub 2 Owners Club. They were interested, very interested. The problem is the seller will not provide financials, even though they're interested in seller finance. And it was a great park. It was a great park. So it sucks. Like,
yeah,
the reason why he won't provide financials is he thinks his income is not, he's not promoting the park enough to its full potential.
yeah,
And so his income doesn't support the price he's wanting for the park. So
Yeah.
that's why.
yeah. Pretty common. Yeah, that's the thing, right, guys? Like the more you dig into these parks, the more you see these things repeating themselves over and over, right? You see the same thing. It's like these, I don't know, it's not a habit, but you see these repeating problems, right? Where every single person is lying about the numbers. They're not giving you the right cap rates. They're not telling you the NOI. Everything. They're hiding facts. They're hiding information. And you have to go and dig. That's what the due diligence period is so important. You have to go actually find out the real numbers and dig in to some of this stuff. And you can't buy based on a pro forma. Okay? Like it kills me how many brokers are presenting these deals and they're like, hey, oh yeah, it could be a great park. All you got to do is dump 100 grand into it and spend the next year building all this out, and then it could be this. And I'm like, okay, great, but you want me to pay that now, but I have to do all the work and put all the money and sweat equity into it. No, right? No. Here's my offer, right? And they go, oh well, and that's just how it is, right? All right, guys, I think we're going to wrap it up. Thank you so much for hopping on, Christina, and everybody else. If you guys are serious about really getting some help with some experienced investors, okay, I would love to talk with you. Seriously, it'll be a really tight-knit group, and we'll get on a call and see if it's a good fit. I appreciate you all. We'll be back here next week. We're going to go into operations and management next week. Maybe different types of park asset classes. Okay. I'll have my wife throw something together. Love you, hon. All right. See you guys. Have a great weekend. Happy Easter, everybody. He is risen for my Christian
Easter.
friends.
Bye.
All right. See you guys.
And thank you.
You bet.
Bye, everyone.